I watched this great documentary about all the different arrowheads the British used. And it's like, this one is for armor and this one is for flesh. And, obviously the flesh one is wide and barbed and the one for armor is skinny, long, elongated and sharpened.
The British were so much better than every other civilization at archery for so long.
It was cultural.
In war, it was a cultural thing, and that's why they loved it and they were good at it. Like being an archer in some,
it would be a common thing to do in your backyard with your boys. It would be a common thing for your sons to be like running around with their little bows, like from an early age. And then they pre-industrialization, they sort of industrialized the making of fletchings and arrows and arrowheads. Like it was a skill that lots of people had and trained at.
Yeah.
And then the archer himself was as close to like a professional soldier as existed in that time period, maybe because you mostly had peasant armies, but to be an archer required skills and talent and training. And you had to be strong as fuck because those bows were 100 pounds to pull back. And we're talking about skinny, malnourished Englishmen, not, like you can pull 100 pounds back with a bow, no problem. Like it's you'd be like, like
I'm much fatter than the average Englishman in the year 1580.
All three of us can, like it's not an impossible feat, but it's definitely like if you handed a 100-pound bow to like the average accountant, he cannot draw that motherfucker.
Dude, 100-pound bow for the overwhelming majority of people today is an impossibility.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I
all three of us lift weights regularly and have for years. Of course, we can pull it back. Like the average person doesn't lift weights or exercise or anything.
There's some technique to it too. I don't know anything about longbow shooting. I've never done it, but it's a push-pull motion. When you're drawing one of those things.
Push with the left hand, pull with the right. Yeah,
sure.
And then you see their skeletons where they dig them up, and it's like, this is the skeleton of an archer. Look at how enormously overdeveloped his bone structure is on the right pull side of his body. Like this guy was walking around like this with his shoulders like at different heights because of how developed one side of his body was, always contracting. It's really cool.
We live in such a wonderful time. I know like politics and the world can seem a little ugly sometimes, but my God, imagine being like rounded up to go fight the French.
My God. A life before aspartame? Don't even talk to me. I need my Sprite Zeros. I need my Diet Cokes.
Like meat on your table would be a rarity that might happen 4 or 5 times a year, or occasionally when a pig got slaughtered. And you're malnourished, you're filthy, and you're as poor as you're basically a slave to the feudal system. They didn't call them slaves, but every like peasant was basically a slave. You worked for a lord or lady, and they didn't pay cash.
Yeah,
and they round you up to go fight the French in a hand-to-hand melee. Oh my God, I'm so afraid of a real knife fight where we get to be on equal grounds. The idea of a real sword fight, charging into those lines, get poked and prodded, and knowing there's no medicine, so the tiniest scratch is probably going to get gangrenous. What a nightmare!
I watch.
We have inconveniences now.
We do, yeah. Sometimes they don't bring you the correct allotment of soda when you order it on the internet.
I said friendly and Arc Raiders, dude.
This is just as bad as Agincourt.
Agincourt, dude. I watch Top Gear, and it's funny because it's a British show, and this is like from the year like 2007 or something. The episode I'm watching, and like Jeremy Clarkson is like giving guff to like a French guest about like the Battle of Agincourt, like hundreds of years ago. And it's like, it just reaffirms that shit where it's like, yeah, in America, 100 miles is a short distance. In Europe, 100 years is a short time. And it's
I got
cool.
A movie for
like
you.
They just this, like if you're some Chinese guy and you see a picture of 10 Frenchmen and 10 Brits, he's going to be like, what you talk about? That 10 white people. Like but like to them, they're like, you despicable frog eating pieces of shit. We beat you. And then the French will fire back like, oh yeah, well, how did that battle go 80 years later? Oh, how did that go? How did you repel Napoleon? No? Like they like talk shit, and that's cool. Like that's cool history, like in action, and that the memory is long in a place
and
like
the
Europe.
buildings are old. I think it's neat. I think it's neat to
Mhm.
walk around and you're like, shit, like this bar is from 1645.
Yeah.
Like, bro.
Japan
Dude,
has something like
they
that.
have like they'll be flippant about things older than anything on our continent.
Right?
They'll be like, "Oh, this is called Old Jimmy's, made in 1480. Pretty shithole place. Don't
Dude,
like
that's
it."
older
Like,
than our
serious?
rocks.
Yeah, it's like, it is. It's older than everything. It's like, oh yeah, we don't have anything that old in this continent because the Indians made everything out of like fucking leaves. Like, so it just didn't stick around.
They
Dude.
found stone burial mounds.
It's
Before we change topics, like have you seen the movie The King? It's about King Henry and the Battle of
the
Agincourt.
Netflix thing. Was that a movie? Was that what we're
It's
talking about?
on Netflix, but it is a movie starring Timothy Chalamet and Robert Pattinson
I haven't seen
about
that. Is it worth
about King
watching?
Henry
Yeah.
invading France and
Maybe
the
5 years old.
Yeah,
something like
2019
that.
here. Is
Yeah.
it good? Is it worth watching?
I thought it was amazing. Like you
I
get fucking
enjoyed it.
pumped. You get fucking pumped for Timothy Chalamet, who's a Frenchman playing an English king, because he's about to go fight Robert Pattinson, who's an Englishman playing a French prince, and they're all doing amazing accents. They're killing it, and Henry's boys have his back by the end. There's this part where they're all chanting. They're like, Henry, Henry, and the chanting is like just perfect, and they're like stomping while they say it. And it becomes almost like a we will rock you kind of moment where you're like, oh, those French are in for it now.
That's pretty.
It's good.
That's hilarious that a French guy is playing the English king, and then the English guy is playing the French.
I think you'd like it,
King.
Taylor. I've seen it. I think you'd like it. I liked it, but it's
just
really up
looking
your
at these
alley.
stills, this looks like it's 100% up my alley as a type of
Yeah.
movie.
When you hear Robert Pattinson start using that French accent, and like Timothy Chalamet comes in trying to speak some broken ass French, he's like, "Oh no, speak English." I'm surprised you never got into that. I know you had your recurve bow, but compound bows are closer to guns than bows.
They're neat, but part of the fun of the compound bow is that you're like holding it the whole time. It feels old. It feels kind of anachronistic, and that's enjoyable.
You mean the recurve?
The recurve, yeah, where you have to hold the full weight at your cheek until you're ready to shoot. Because I've used compound bows before,
Mhm.
and it's like, I mean, it is way easier.
Yeah,
Like,
the way
obviously,
the
it's high
pulleys
tech.
work, you have we called it let off. I don't know if that's what the industry term is, but once you get it all the way back, those pulleys roll over and you're holding like 15-20% or something of the total draw weight, which is usually, I think an adult usually shoots like a 70 or 80 pound draw pull ball draw pull weight.
How much does a arrow weigh? I'm curious about this.
I don't know.
Because AI told me, so you mentioned velocity of it, and it says that for a British longbow, it would be 190 feet per second for a heavy war arrow.
How fast again?
So like a bodkin arrow, a 100-gram arrow going 190 feet per second.
Okay.
Because that
It looks
seems like
hunting
a
arrows
very
or
heavy arrow.
hunting arrows are like 300 to 500 grains, according to this.
Grains?
Yeah, it's the measurement you use for bullets.
Oh no! This just says grams. It says 100
me convert-
grams for a heavy war arrow
Grains.
that got
grams.
190 feet per second from high draw weight bows.
So
Lighter-
that's 19 to 32 grams of a modern carbon fiber arrow, according to this.
Okay,
I
so
never weighed my
19 to
arrows.
32 is that speed. So this not ancient, but this British arrow weighs triple that and goes
Mhm.
190
speed.
feet per second, half
Yeah.
the speed.
Yeah.
And so that would probably hit tremendously hard.
So there's more factors than just mass times velocity to determine that punching power, because the stiffness of a carbon fiber arrow is going to be unparalleled from a piece of wood that you're launching at me with, and I
Mhm.
think that it's also going to have a better ballistic coefficiency. So it's
the ballistic
carbon,
coefficients. I was about to talk about that.
it's how well it cuts through the air, broken down into a like a decimal point number. But basically, I think the modern arrow is going to maintain its speed for longer. It's going to decelerate more slowly, and also the broadheads and the field points of modern arrows are just going to be better. They're just going to be a harder,
Sure.
sharper steel.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of these old ones weren't even fully steel. It was like pig
Oh, they're
iron.
shooting steel. No, it was a whole industry for making those arrowheads.